Hi, hello, welcome. No one's going to watch this video, but I'm going to make it anyway. Where have I been the last few months? Largely not playing For Honor, and mostly playing the critically acclaimed MMO, Final Fantasy XIV, with a free trial up to level 60 with no restriction on playtime, includes the award. I know what you're going to say. Moron, but that's a stupid cringe weeb game. And you'd be right. But listen to me. I tried this game after incessant badgering from a friend of mine. I'd heard of it and wasn't really that interested because I'm not that big of a fan of MMOs. But hey, I'd been falling out of For Honor for a while now, and fuck me, I needed something to try, so I gave it a shot. And what do you know, I powered through. But that's not what this video is about. If you're a subscriber of mine, you're probably asking yourself what the fuck you're even seeing right now, and that's a fair question. I'm not here to sell you on the game or tell you that you should get it, because it's really not for everyone. MMOs suck 99% of the time. Anyway, here we go. I'm here to tell you that Dark Knight is fucking awesome, and it's probably the sole reason I'm balls to the wall investing in this shit right now. Take a seat. I'm gonna teach you a goddamn class. There's absolutely fucking nothing you can do about it. You clicked on this video, you could probably click off. Please don't do that. I need the AdSense. I need to pay my rent. Moron, what do these things on the screen mean? Calm down, random person that lives in my walls, I'll tell you. Dark Knight is a tank job class, meaning that your job is to take big hits and pull big gangbangs of mobs like you're the only female on a Discord server and you said something vaguely sexual. The single most important thing about any tank class is their defensive cooldowns. What does that mean? These buttons. They make the enemy ouchies less ouchy. Except for this one, we don't talk about this one. I'll get to that later. But the most important thing to know is your basic rotation. Shut up! If you keep speaking for my walls, I'm going to charge you for rent, goddammit. You're full of shit. Basic tank rotation is so mind-numbingly easy that if you can't wrap your head around how to press two buttons during a big pack pull, I really don't know what I can do to help you. You'd be fucking surprised how many times I queue for an expert roulette dungeon as a DPS job and have a brain aneurysm when the tank is taking damage like my ex took. So, here's how to be not a bad tank in general. Use your goddamn defense button. Rampart makes you take 20% less damage. Shadow Wall is Dark Knight specific. And it's your big ouchie button, reducing damage by 30%. I generally save this for the second pull before a dungeon boss. Those are usually the toughest ones. All tanks have access to reprisal and arm's length. Moron, why did you yell that? Because people don't fucking use it for some reason. You ever wonder why the healer is spamming you with random GCD heals in a panic? You're not mitigating enough damage. Reprisal is a 60-second cooldown, meaning you can use it basically every pull. So pair it with Rampart for an effective 30% damage reduction. Arm's Length has a 120-second cooldown, and it slows enemies when they hit you, effectively lowering their damage against you for a time. Your healers will kiss you, they will thank you, they will commend you. Make it easier on them. This one is something you use for party-wide damage. It's only against magic damage though, which is fine. Unlike another ability. So if the boss is about to take a massive shit on your entire party, throw out some extra protection, man. Put on the big Dark Knight condom. Oblation is a new ability with Endwalker, not much to talk about here. I like the design, 2 charges and a 60-second cooldown, 10% damage mid. Nice. Alrighty, now I gotta talk about Living Dead. This piece of trash is somehow unchanged as of 6.0 Endwalker. Basically, all tanks have an oh shit button that allows you to say no to dying for a while you're in a hairy situation. Let's look at the other tank invulnerability buttons. This ability is fucking awful. You might be thinking, doesn't this effectively give you 20 seconds of invulnerability if you have 10 seconds of Living Dead? And once you die, you get 10 seconds of Walking Dead? No! You're both stupid, and now you owe me rent money. The reason this isn't the case is because if you're popping this thing, you know you are going to die within a few seconds of the cast. So Living Dead will almost never be 10 seconds. Walking Dead is even worse. If the healer doesn't fucking panic, if they actually begin to properly heal you to full during Walking Dead, the moment they heal you for your max HP, Walking Dead status is removed. So you lose the invulnerability on your invulnerability ability if you do what it says on the fucking invulnerability ability.
Look, Pim. I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
Couldn't the healers just wait to dump heals really late into the Walking Dead timer? Yes, that's how it's supposed to work. But considering literally every single other tank invulnerability is just press X not to die, I think we're jumping through hoops for the sake of fucking jumping through hoops. I mean, shit, even Super Blind, the tank invul that literally makes you shoot yourself in the head, is now less risky for reasons I won't get into to keep this video a reasonable length. Can this ability be good, situationally? Yes, but it's at the expense of being literally stupid in 99% of other situations. Anyway, moving on. Here's one of my favorite abilities in the game. It's not the best damage mitigation in the game anymore, but still goddamn amazing for single target hits like tank busters. How do you use this thing? It applies a 25% overshield. This ability is best on, as I mentioned, single attacks like big tank begone moves. In Endwalker, all of the dungeon bosses, trial bosses, savage raid bosses, whatever, all have this new helpful blaring red alert indicator that one of these things is coming, which is nice because all throughout the game leading up to this, you just kind of had to guess which attack was the tank buster when doing a fight for the first time by either wondering where half of your face went or throwing out a defensive ability at every single time you see this scary yellow bar start to fill. In terms of the best single attack mitigation, by and large, this is the goddamn best ability in the game. Why exactly? Because when the shield for TBN pops, it funds you a free charge of the funny boss hurdy juice and allows you to hurdy the boss more. I won't mention that if this shield doesn't pop, you just wasted 3,000 mana and effectively lost a metric fuck ton of DPS because that's for later, motherfucker. More, you fuck, talk about this one!
Get out!
Moron, it sounds like half of what you said is just complaining about how bad Dark Knight is. Why are you saying it's awesome? Listen, if you've been following my channel for a while, you might be able to see the pattern here. If there's a big sword in the game, I'm going to use the big sword, okay? I like big swords. As a side note, I like how a Japanese developer does a better greatsword stance than Ubisoft can with their medieval sword game. Tickles me pink, really. That's not the only reason, though. The playstyle is so damn active, it's not even funny. I didn't really play MMOs before this. I didn't like how clunky and slow a lot of them felt. And while that is the case for much of Final Fantasy XIV's early game, the combat speeds up drastically once you're at higher level. Tanks in this game do not just exist to take big damage, they also get to dish it out. And as of Endwalker, Dark Knight does big dick damage. I mean, the absolute most stupendous schlong slaps you can think of. The literal god of cantankerous cock-clapping. Dark Knight shits out damage like an unprepared man after a visit to Taco Bell, and part of the reason for that is its OGCD heavy kit. Moron, what the fuck is an OGCD? OGCD stands for off global cooldown and refers to any ability that is not labeled as a weapon skill, or just anything that doesn't do the funny clock when you press it. Let me count up the amount of OGCDs Dark Knight has.
Ding, 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 ding.
If you think that's a lot, you'd be correct. Dark Knight's basic single target combo is quite limited, a 1-2-3, and the next one can only be pressed after the global cooldown timer passes. We refer to these skills as global cooldowns. Pressing another hurdy button between your hurdy buttons that are recharging is called weaving, and it's an integral part of how to play Dark Knight. Edge and Flood of Shadow are your other two mana spending abilities. Edge you'll use for single target and double target weaving, while Flood you should use for anything above 3. Dark Knight's AoE skills are a DPS gain on 2, so don't ask me why they changed Flood to gain on 3. I don't make the rules. If I did, the muscle slider in this game would be way more defined. These are the abilities you'll weave in between that 1-2-3 combo I keep mentioning. As for the actual details of the 1-2-3 combo, it's easier to pull off than me after 2 years of social distancing. Hard Slash is just Hard Slash. It leads into Siphon Strike, which gives you a 600 mana bonus, which then in turn lets you combo into Soul Eater, which gives you a bit of a heal when it lands. Originally, I went over in excruciating detail what the Dark Knight opener looks like, and while editing I realized just how fucking boring it was to listen to and how, visually, it just looked like diarrhea. So here I go trying to make this funny and engaging. I know, fuck me, right? First things first, the Blackest Night is tied to your DPS. If you use this ability, you need it to pop, otherwise you lose out on a lot of damage. In dungeons, white mages are both the best and worst healers to run with. Best because they can throw you a max HP stimulus check of a heal if you have to use the dreaded Living Dead ability, and worst because their holy attack stuns enemies. So they don't hit you, so you're not taking damage, so TBN won't be popping.
No, wait.
This is especially annoying because you're essentially dropping your pants and shitting 3k mana right down the toilet, but not really much to do about it as long as Dark Knight goes unchanged. Moron, what do I do with this information then? I don't know, make like a good little Dark Knight in training and suffer. A quick lightning round on Dark Knight's offensive abilities, and before I get into this, keep in mind that your big dick damage burst comes around once every 2 minutes. Let's start with Blood Weapon. First off, Blood Weapon actually lies to you, and it rounds up like College Me on his first night with a woman. It doesn't actually last 10 seconds, it lasts just above 9, which is why you really need to time this correctly to get the preferred 5 GCD hits out of this. Don't worry, I still miss one of mine occasionally, it's kind of hard to time. As for what it actually does, Blood Weapon gives you 600 mana per landed weapon skill or spell. It stacks with the innate combo bonuses of both Siphon Strike and Stalwart Soul, meaning that comboing either of those skills during Blood Weapon's effect grants you 1200 mana. Moving on to Delirium. This thing has a really shit animation and is a discount version of Warrior's Inner Release to boot, but otherwise it's pretty cool. Grants you 3 big hurdy stacks, allowing you to hit Blood Spill during Quietus for free. This is a big part of your damage burst. You're going to want to at least weave in one OGCD between it, but the optimal way to do it is to double weave and vomit out 2. It's on a 60-second cooldown now, which means that you'll hit it during your big dick damage burst, and then once in between, so it's back up in time for another big dick damage burst, when all of your big dick damage abilities are back up. On Assaulted Earth, this thing drops an AoE at your feet made of the collective tears of Dark Knight mains after we saw how absolutely fucking memed on we got for our traits added in Endwalker. It does some good damage, but at level 86 you unlock another fucking off-global cooldown button, Salt and Darkness, that pulses the AoE for an intense 500 potency. Hey, yeah, I'm not gonna pretend I don't like pressing buttons square, and I like the damage and everything, but wouldn't it be cooler if the upgrade was like, I don't know, standing in your AoE gives you 15% damage reduction or something? Yeah, but here I am, being sensible and shit, trying to make the tank class tankier. Living Shadow. You unlock this, I like to call it the Shadow Homie, at level 80, and it's basically what your big dick damage burst revolves around. For the small price of 50 blood gates, you'll be able to summon what you, and everyone else watching this video, lack in real life. A singular friend. Shadow Homie is basically just an edgy damage over time effect, and technically he can't be a real friend because... But otherwise, this is a really neat ability, and I like it, although it takes like 5 fucking seconds to spawn in. Seriously, hurry up, we got shit to do, man. We got bosses to kill. This ability is named after the best expansion, Fight Me, I'll Be in the Parking Lot After Work at 6. Shadowbringer is an off-global cooldown, big dick damage ability that has 2 charges and 60-second cooldown each. I think Square's intention here with this thing was allow us to spread them out more with the charges, but what this actually results in is just vomiting them out in the same burst window, because that's what people do. If they see a bigger damage number, they're gonna go unga bunga and use it in the same fucking burst window. Moron, please, I think you forgot one. Please tell me what this does, please. Okay, I'm not really gonna say much about Abyssal Drain because it's really not worth the words. Here's a meme that perfectly describes what's wrong with Abyssal Drain while also telling you everything you need to know. It does heal you for comparably paltry amounts compared to, something that Warrior has every 25 seconds, that but this is a 60-second cooldown that's a damage loss on less than 4 targets. Warrior has bloodletting. I'm sorry, something's coming over me. Something is in my throat, man. This class can get a little complex, but honestly, I think that's what's attractive to me about Dark Knight. It lets me push buttons. Some people with giant, big, beautiful red beards criticize Dark Knight for having way too many OGCDs.
Integrate, please! Please! Please!
But listen here, you gloriously bearded MSQ skipping strummer. I come from a game environment where people throw absolute shit fits if you press buttons they don't like. I come from a community where refusing to learn how the game works and then complaining about spam is fucking commonplace. So admittedly, maybe I'm just cutting loose and enjoying pressing all these fucking buttons. Give me more buttons. I want all of the buttons, give them to me. Alright, now that I've rambled on about a game that no one on this channel is currently likely to try, and I've lost whatever credibility to you people that I had left, I'm gonna go back to watching a really big Viking lady swing a really big sword. So that last one was on the same color as what was above your head, and you just need to go to my spot, and I go to your spot at the end of there.
Oh, is that what? Oh,
Yeah.
I get. That's what switch means.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no.